Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video, and today is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all you out there. Right now it's 20 to 8 in the morning, and I'm out in the workshop, and today I'm going to put this together. It is a Delta 10-inch Contractor table saw, and yeah, that thing was really heavy to get off the truck. Had to get the four-wheeler ramps and slide it down into here. It weighs over 200 plus pounds, and I'm pretty excited here because I did sell my other table saw, which is the heart of anybody's woodworking workshop, and it's going to go right there. So right now we're going to have to unbox this and try to put it together. They said it might take up to 2 hours. Well, I'm not going to film the whole 2 hours, so we're just going to take the time, and Father's Day, so it's all about the fathers today. So let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed. Alrighty, here it is. When you open up this big box, this is what you get. The owner's manual right there, by the instructions how to put it together. Yep, it's all here. Take a good look. Now these right here are just spacers. But yeah, it's all pipes. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and put it together. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start assembling this. I have all the hardware out of the bags. Everything is labeled A, B, C, D, E. That's probably F, but that's the tools in that bag. Alright, so now it says to go ahead and get this tubular legs put together. And then I was thinking, well, what screws? You know, it tells you what screws to use, but which bag? Right up here it says use hardware bag A. So when you put one of these together, make sure you really read it. So I was just looking at the pictures, and yeah, it says use hardware bag A right here. So I already cut it open. There's the bolt, lock washer, and the nylon nut. So I got to put that together and put the bolt through it and come over here. That's what it looks like so far. I had to blow it all off because, you know, that white packing foam, little things fly everywhere, so I blew all that off. Got it all together, and now what I'm going to do is go ahead and put the bolt down like it says, and we'll go from there. Yeah, there's the little white little pieces of foam all over the place. Yeah, it's really messy, and the foam was breaking when I was taking the parts out because this box has been shipped pretty rough. I was a little worried about it, but everything looks good so far. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get the legs and everything done. I'll see you in a second. Alright, well, I got the bolt through there, and it said not to tighten it up. Took everything out of the box and had to cut the side of the box because this thing is super duper heavy, and it was really hard to get it out of that foam, the table saw itself here. So what I have to do now is put that bottom on to that. And it's pretty much how I have it set right now, it looks like. Or I might have to turn that wheel, so that turning wheel has to come over here or over there. I'm not for sure exactly yet. But yeah, this is what we're going to have to do. And then we have to put the carriage bolts in. And I think there's one of them that does not have a nut on it. And it said it's threads. So I have to take a look, see what they're talking about. Alright, well, let's go ahead and put the tubular bottom on. Alright, we got the first part done. Got all the bolts. Let's go down here for a closer look. The bolts there with the nut, nylon nut, they're all on and now tightened pretty good. And I had the one up here tightened pretty good. So before I go on, I want to show you what the bottom looks like here. Looks really good. Looks like that's a reset button right there. Dust collection right here. The blade and housing looks pretty nice. Well greased up. Alright, so now I think the next thing is let's go back to the here. We got this big step done. Get all the tools. And the best tools to use, I'm not using what they gave me. A 1/2 inch and a 10 millimeter will do it. That's to complete the first step here. So now the second step is the fixed wheels and stationary feet. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. It looks pretty simple. And it says use bag B. So we'll find bag B is right here. Looks really simple, so we can get rid of this garbage. Bring B down here. And let's go ahead and put the feet and wheels on it. Alright, well, I got that on. That's very simple. Got the feet screwed on here for the stationary. And then the wheels in the back. One thing you got to worry about when you put the bolt through, don't tighten that nut too tight, because then these two pieces of metal will squeeze together and you won't be able to turn the wheel like that. And now the instruction says to go ahead and stand it up, and you need 2 people. Well, the problem is I have myself. So this is going to be interesting. And they give you caution about the dust collection here. You will break that if you tip it this way. They always say caution of that. So, well, let's see what happens. Hopefully I can get her done. Well, that was a little bit of a struggle. But I got it. Alright, now she's upright. So this is what she looks like when you upright it. Then I noticed there's a piece of foam inside here. Let's take this out. Right there. I don't know, you're supposed to do something special to get that out, or break it out, I don't know. We're gonna wait. Alright, so now we got that bag to take off, and it's really oily, so you gotta watch it. I wore gloves. Ugh. There's the power plug. Everything looks pretty decent so far. Just taking a walk around, show you what everything looks like. Looking good. And then this here Go like that and lift it up. Oh yeah, look at that. I like it. Alright, I gotta get rid of this cardboard and stuff. I don't have a lot of room in here, so that's going onto the back porch, which I don't have a lot of room on the back porch either. Alright. Alright, now the next thing we gotta do is step 3, front and rear rails. Use hardware bag D. I thought it was going to be C. It was going in order, but I looked down here. C's in the next step. And D. So, what we're going to have to do is go ahead and do that. Attach the front rail halves 1 and 2. And then they give you what it's supposed to look like, and they give you a little gauge so you can line it up nice. And I guess this right here, I don't know where that little attachment plate, oh, there's the attachment plate right there to connect those two. Okay, that's cool. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do it. Alright, putting these front rails on, you have to use the D and C hardware, and I noticed an 8mm socket for those little nuts there to put on that union plate, and I am going to use their Allen wrench. But right here with that tool, that guide, whatever you want to call that, to set everything correctly, that's going to be a little bit of a challenging thing here because everything is loose. Well, let me bring you over, show you what I'm talking about. Okay, like I said, I have everything loose right now in there, and I don't know if that gauge has to touch this too and on the bottom or what, and that's what it looks like to me. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out, but that's where I'm at the moment. So the front rail is getting a little bit on there shortly, but yes, the short one goes over here and the long one goes here. You got to look at the pictures because these are not labeled as 1 and 2 when you take them out of the package. So you got to make sure the holes and everything are right with the picture of the piece. So, yep. So at that point, I'm going to go ahead and try to figure this out. Alright, now the 2 rails are on there super tight, and I haven't done the union plate yet. Yeah, that was a chore to put on. Not gonna lie, I struggled a little bit. And the only reason why I struggled is because of this gauge right here. That has to set flat, just like that. Flat on this and flat on that. Just like that. Make sure you get that as best you can. I mean, it took me approximately about 20 minutes to get that to line correctly, and that's the most important step of this whole thing, is getting that aligned correctly so your fence will ride nice and everything will be accurate. Now I really reefed these screws in, and I used a 12mm open end wrench for the nut behind it. Then I used their Allen wrench here to tighten it up. And like I said, it is tight, and everything is straight and even. So one thing I'm noticing, that these don't line up here for some reason. I don't know if that union plate, I have to bring this out. Nope, you can't do that. So hopefully it's correct. That's what it matches up on the in the pictures. So right there, that's what she looks like, and that's what that gauge is for. That's flat, that's flat, that's flat, that's flat. You know, you have to keep doing that. You don't want to see no light between there. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and look down here. Ooh, it's pretty fancy. They give you their blade. I don't know if I'll use that or not. But yeah, well, another thing is make sure you get a rag and wipe this table. It was super greasy, which is a good thing. And now you can see all my fingerprints are still on it. I'm going to wipe it down again when I'm all said and done. So, okay, let's walk over to the instructions. Okay, yeah, it says to go ahead and tighten up that plate, the very last thing. Alright, so that was step 3. Step 4, use hardware bag C and D. Okay, now it looks like we're on the back rear right rail. And we have to do the same exact thing with that alignment tool. So, oh boy. Alrighty, let's get to it. Alright, so now we're still on step 4. I put the rear right rails on and the left one. Did the gauge. And now I'm on this here, the left extension wing and the right extension wing. So you got the air conditioning on, so you can't hardly hear me. Alright, here they are. We have the right and left. It doesn't say either or is right or left, so we'll have to put them on. Wanted to show you the rails here in the back. Look how nice that is. That is awesome. So yeah, we don't need that gauge for a while. Alright, so now we got to put these on. Now I'm just going to pick a side and just do it. Alright, with all the adjustments, the wings are put on. That took approximately an hour to get all the wings adjusted, everything adjusted correctly. So yeah, everything is flat like it's supposed to be. Alright, and that's still there. So now it is putting this, let's go back over here. Now they want you to put this bar in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it down. I'm not going to have it like that sticking up. I'm going to lay it down. And for the reason for that is, see, here's how it's supposed to be, like this. You know, up like that and mounted. Well, I'm going to roll it down like this and mount it. For the reason behind that is so I can mount a Kobalt router table right here. That's my game plan. So hopefully, because they say, you know, this is the perfect time to do it because you're building the table saw. If I already built the table saw with this thing turned up, I would have to get a small Allen wrench, cut it to fit in between here, and that's a big pain in the butt. So I'm going to do that step right now. Alright, now the piece is installed. See, here, there's the Allen wrench screw. See, that'd be a pain in the butt you know, when the rail's on, to get an Allen wrench in there, so that's why I flipped it now. And yeah, the router table, I guess, sits down right on top of this, and you have to drill holes into the router table and mount it right there. So I'll probably have to get some bolts and nuts too. So we're gonna go back over here. Alright, so we're done with this step. That's only step 4. Step 5. Hardware bag E right there. Fence guide and power control box. So yeah, I gotta go ahead and put that on. This is the right fence guide long. So I put that on with the rail. Attach the fence, okay. Using 3 whatever bolts that is. So alright. Then we're gonna go ahead and do the left fence. Then they want you to do a ruler thing here. So I have to see what that's all about. Alright, the ruler thing, they just wanted to see if it was parallel. It's close enough. I mean, the screws wouldn't line up, especially the 2 right here on the left side. So yeah, everything's fine. It slid right into place. Now, this here, I have these 2 items left and plus 2 extra screws. I don't know if I missed 2 extra screws from somewhere, but we'll find out. So now we got to do the power plug thing. Oh, those 2 screws hold the power, the on and off switch, I bet. But this here, of course, this is just a cable hold. So we've got to put that cable hold on, then mount the power thing. Let's see. No, there's no more. It doesn't show you that. So, boy, that's the last step. Right now it's 11:30. I started around 8. So 3.5 hours. And most of that was aligning. There was a lot of alignment. Let's come over here and I'll show you what everything looks like so far. See, this alignment tool still out. I mean, you have to have it. Oh, smokes. So I got that front rail system on for the fence. Looks pretty good. Now I just have to mount that power thing down below. Start putting everything on top of the table saw. Alrighty guys, there it is, all put together. A little over 3.5 hours to put it together. Boy, is that super duper nice. Oh, I love it already. Yeah, I got it on wheel mode here so I can move it around. But now there's something missing. The main purpose I bought this table saw, particular table saw, is to put the Kobalt router table right there. So I'm going to go ahead and go get that, and I'll be right back. Alright, here it is, the Kobalt router combo kit. This is the one that you need to put onto your Delta table saw. I don't know if that's the model number or not. There you go, that's what she looks like. So all we need, of course, is the router, the table, this top, not the sides. So this is going to be fairly easy. Let's hope. Alright, I got the router table out of the box. And I sat it right on top of the table saw. I got it clamped into place. You're supposed to drill 3 holes and nut and bolt this part to the one of these wings. Look at that. Isn't that something? So that is what we're going to do. I got it clamped down. You can see one of the clamps right there. I use a black magic marker on the inside here, and I found the 3 holes, and I'm marking them up. Now I'm going to take that back off, drill out the holes into this here so I can mount some bolts and nuts. Alright, so now I drilled my 3 holes, 1, 2, and 3, and then I have brand new hardware, brand new bolts. I'm using 1/2 inch with nylon locking nuts. So when I go underneath the table, I'm going to put it right in there like that and tighten it up on all 3. So let's do that. Alright, now I got the router table onto the table saw. And that's what she looks like. It is like meant to be. Look at that. Meant to be. So, I want to show you the bolts once again up underneath. You can see 3 of them there. Turning around. It's all bolted up nice. It's not going anywhere. Then with the weight of the router, that'll keep that table from bouncing a little bit. It bounces just a little bit, but not too bad. Maybe I'll reinforce it with something, but it's nothing really. So now all I have to do is go ahead and bolt everything up. And then you can use this fence here for your router too, which is going to be awesome. Yeah, I love this already. Alrighty, well, I'm going to go ahead and put everything together on the router table and see what she looks like. Alright, the final product right here. All said and done. It took longer than I thought. Now it's 2:45. And I started at 8 a.m. Oh boy. But look at that. That is sweet. And then the router here. You come underneath here. And you go ahead and flip this door open. Like that. You take your height tool. And look at that. You can raise and lower your bit. That is awesome. And then a couple of things. If you're going to do this, make sure that bar is flipped right here to the table saw. You have to take your handles off of your router and any accessory knobs. Take those out, and then you're supposed to put this power switch over here. Well, that would have been in the way, because see how my hand is? You gotta go like that and open that up. So move it to the side, way over, and I think it looks better anyways. It's out of the way a little further there. So that's it, guys. It's finally done. Haven't turned on anything. Yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to show you the new tools for the workshop. This is probably my 3rd router table in my life. I've never used them, but now it's already built into my table saw. And I'll try to leave all the model numbers and everything so you can do this. Yeah, this thing is, oh boy, is it nice. I've got everything mounted up. I think the next is I'm going to build a cabinet underneath here. 3-drawer cabinet. I just got done watching somebody on YouTube that did that with the same saw, and that would be perfect for that, to house all the router bits and extra blades for my table saw. But that'll be a different video. Alrighty guys, thank you again for watching, and I'll be talking to you.